Heroes and heroines of all ages. When the world tells you to get a life, you're always welcome at the 1UP Block. My name is Dan the Man, your host, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Persona 1. When we last left off, we took out the final boss Kandori, and he is dead. He is done like dinner, and he will not be fucking with us anymore. However, he had a bit of a change of heart towards the end, so we can't be too mad at him. But yeah, now our adventure is taking us to the Alaya Shrine, which we've been to a couple of times throughout our adventure, but now that's apparently where something major's going down. But before we do that, I have made a couple of adjustments to our party, because for the next section, spoiler alert, most of your party members are going to be taken away from you, and you will have time to, the game will give you a chance to say no to the next part, so you can adjust your team properly regardless. But I took the liberty of doing it already myself, so I've changed Dan's persona to Lilim, which I took from Reiji, and I switched Maki's to Janus. Now the reason why I've done these specifically is I want Dan to have Lilim so he has the least amount of chance of dying, and I gave her Janus because Janus has Eternal White, I think is what it's called, which is a bless spell, and it's gonna be really useful if we run into some particular enemies in this dungeon. But yeah, this should give us the least amount of worry. But I do highly recommend you save right now, because this next part, because you only have 2 party members, it can be quite the pain in the ass. So I'm giving you fair warning right now. That's what you need to do. But we are making our way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and we are homebound to the Alaya Shrine, which is right here. It's the butterfly again.
Well done in returning here. I see my faith in you was not misplaced. The Alaya Cavern behind this shrine leads to the sea of all mankind's souls. All souls are born there, and someday return there. Maki Sanomura's soul is about to return to that sea right now. It calls for you, and for her ideal self. Now go. Only those who have been called may enter that cavern. Work together to help the lost soul.
Young man, only 2 may enter the cavern. Are you truly prepared? Or fully prepared? Are you fully stocked with weapons and items you require? Will you enter the cavern? Yes, we will. I see. Then I shall open the path to the sea of consciousness. I'm putting Maki in your hands, man. We'll be waiting here. Don't take any silly risks. Then we'll be off. Let's go, Daniel. Alright, and here we have the Alaya Cavern. So, you might be wondering what you should be worried about here. As far as level design goes, this dungeon is pretty straightforward. It has a bunch of paths that go off the beaten path for you to collect some items, and it can get a little bit confusing if you're not paying attention, but as long as you're following the path that you've already been to, you can mostly get through this harmlessly. I did not practice this place previously, so this could be a little detriment to me as well. So let's see if I can make it through here. We still have the Estoma active, which is probably pretty good. This here is another healing spring for Trish, so if you need to heal, they do have one of those in here. And I think you can leave this place and come back. I don't 100% know that for sure, though, so don't rely on that information. Like I said before, you want to come in here fully prepared with Dan and Maki, because these are the only 2 party members you're going to have for this. That's a save. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to keep going. And the thing you want to pay attention to is there's clearly like another staircase we can go up right there. And that's the way we're supposed to go, I think. But going this way will either lead to a dead end or another door we can go into for treasure, which it was the ladder. Thankfully, it was the ladder. So we get an emerald, a balm of life, chewing soul, and a metal card. Everything seems to be in order here. We got all very good, useful items, and that's you know, that's everything we need it to be, right? But now that we've done that, we can make our way up. I think we're going up, right? No, we are going down. We're going down, 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 around. Make sure to notice again that there is another staircase there so you don't get lost. You need to keep backtracking to the staircases, I believe. If you just take the staircases and ignore all these treasures, which most of these treasures don't do jack shit anyway, you can make it out of here pretty harmlessly. But you have to kind of rush if you're not high enough leveled, which I think the enemies in this level are like around 50 something, which if I have a stoma on, I am high enough level to not run into anything below my level, which currently my level is like 60 something, I think, like 65, yeah. So anything below 65, I will not encounter as a fight, so I'm good. But just in case, you should be careful. This is a dead end, so this is what I was talking about, where this place can kind of fuck you up a little bit if you're not careful. But we are going to be continuing to go down. And with any luck, this Astoma won't wear off, and I'll just make it out of here without needing to fight anything. I'm going to use that as an excuse to not do any of the fights. But just in case we don't run into any fights, the thing you want to be looking out for is this place has a bunch of enemies that do insta-kill skills, which is, of course, bad news, which is why I recommend you save right before this and muscle your way through it as fast as possible, because this place isn't really that great for grinding. The enemies that can insta-kill you are weak to Eternal White, which is why I brought Janice. So if you have any personas that can, you know, do that, bring them with you. But try not to bring any personas that are weak to Curse, I think, is what the enemies do. It's the enemies are these weird masks that are based off of sins. This is one of them, actually. So we're gonna get to see what it is. It is Wrath, and they're all weak to, miracle damage, so if you have anything with miracle, make sure to use it. But that aside, they are immune to physical attack, I think. Don't quote me on that. But Eternal White should do a decent amount of damage to it. Also, Megidola does damage to them as well. But in particular, they are weak to miracle damage. But yes, that was not a very good example of how we can get fucked over in this place, because I kicked its ass, which thank God. Because if you're unlucky, you can run into ones that can insta-kill you, and that's no good. And here are some more of these assholes. So we're just going to repeat what we did. Megidola, and then Eternal White, which hopefully will... Well, it killed one of them. Not all of them do insta-kills, so, like, I'm kind of just over-stressing that you should be careful here. It's not super terrible. Also, we got a... Whoa! They dropped a Soma? Do we have any of those? We have one Soma, cures all but severe ailments, which I think this also heals you. I'm not sure. It heals you completely SP and HP in the newer Persona games after this, so I'm not sure if it does that, but Somas are pretty good. And we're gonna keep doing this. Hopefully these don't insta-kill us. I don't think they have the ability to insta-kill us for the most part, so we should be okay. I made preparations to prevent our deaths as much as possible, but again, can't stress this enough. This is Shin Megami Tensei, and the whole point of the game is to kick you in the dick when you least expect it. So just be prepared. That's a death. That's an insta-kill move. If that lands, Maki would have died. I'm not sure if she can die to that move, but the masks do tend to not attack sometimes. So you could get some free shots on them before they even have a chance to attack you, which is also really, really good. But that aside, just be careful and make your way through this dungeon. Like, I'm repeating myself, but I'm trying to make you guys, I'm making sure you guys get through this with the least amount of pain. Because I love you guys, and I don't want you guys to have a bad time with this. It's a really fun game. And, I think that's Power back there. Power is, he reflects Megidola, which sucks. I think. Oh, it killed itself. Well, that's good. So now we can stop doing this and we can attack them physically because angels are weak to physical attacks, I believe. Nope. Maybe they're weak to guns or curse damage, actually. Maki can actually not attack with this because she's too close for attacking. Let's try guns. Oh, yes, they are really weak to gun. Well, they're weak to Dan's guns, but hey, that's enough for me. And Maki does a lot of damage with that pistol, so I'm not really complaining too much. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. You're dead, mister. You're donezo. You're donezo like dinner. Let's make sure to heal up. Just in case. It's not entirely necessary, but I don't want to go down like a chump. I'm pretty sure we're close to the end of this place. Hopefully. Which, by the way, if you don't have Triesto, make sure you bring emergency exits with you so you can leave this place as fast as possible when you're done. But, these guys are weak to a lot of things, apparently, but Eternal White and Megiddola. So these guys should be pretty dead. Yeah, there they go. Unfortunately, Lilim's Megiddola is not as good as, Ilikiana, whatever the fuck that persona's called. So she's not gonna do as much damage to the things that are weak to Megiddola, but it's fine. It's Megiddola, right? Like, who the fuck cares? There are save spaces in here which you can abuse, which, again, JRPG, highly recommend you save every chance you get. Because there's really no point in this game where saving can fuck you out of something, unless you make, like, a poor decision and you are, like, you don't get the good ending. Like, that's the only thing that would really fuck you over in this, if you save over a slot where you fucked over. But, like, that's, like, probably not gonna happen, you know what I mean? So, save. The point that I'm trying to make here is save every chance you get. Because if not, heartache and pain will envelop your soul forever. And someone is calling my phone, but I'm gonna mute it. I don't know, there's not much else to say about this place. I'm gonna ignore it. Get the fart out of my face. I could talk to these guys. I think I have some of their cards. Oh, they're pissed off at me. Never mind. Let's just auto-attack them. Megiddola! Alright, get these guys out of the way so we can hit that succubus. That's another thing that sucks, is the succubus can apply status effects, which, you know, sucks ass. This is where this gets tough, actually, so let's just run. I don't want to deal with this succubus because Maki cannot hit it from her position. As far as I know. Maybe guns. Maybe her guns will do a lot of damage to her. Well, they charmed her, at least. I guess. That's something. Alright, stack them charms. Yeah, we're good. No, everything's fine. We're good. Don't worry about it. Were you worried about it? I'm not worried about it. Nope, that's not a way we can go, but I think this is an important place to go. Who's there? Daniel, someone's here. No way. Is that Daniel? Daniel, there's two of you. How? Why is he here? And why is he playing games? Story of my life, really. Could you shut up for a second? Who gives a damn what I do? Are you really Daniel? That's right. I'm Daniel Masters. You can call me Dan. I'm a second year at St. Hermillan High in Class 4. Don't believe me? Want me to tell you my height, weight, and favorite girl? Huh? I'm you. I know everything you've done up to now, and the kind of person you really are. Daniel, this one's still alive. Give me a hand here. We haven't time to waste here, Daniel. It's too late for her, but not for us. Yo, Daniel, the monsters are just around the corner. Remember this? You saved this woman, heedless of your own safety. I've had enough. I don't want any more deaths. No one wants to die, right? We can catch Kandori anytime. This man needs our help. and here you chose to save an old man at risk of losing Kandori. I'll give you, and only you, one last chance, Daniel. Which is better, my breathtaking painting, or Maki's piece? And I want an honest answer. Asserting one's belief in the face of danger, it isn't easily done. But that voice, that's Maki's mom, I'm dead sure. Isn't it? I don't know why she'd look like that, but what if it really is her mom? Put your weapon away, Daniel. You had vision enough to see through the truth. You see not only with your eyes, but also with your heart. You, boy, I haven't heard your answer yet. What are you living for? This man's soul was sick with doubt, but you were able to soothe his soul's torment. You could do this because your own soul was free and clear of doubt. You know it, don't you, Daniel? You know I'm the worst girl alive. You answered well. It's easy to run from one's problems, yes. But the further you run, the more you resent yourself. You know all too well. Get it now? I'm every inch like you. I'm you. And you're me. We're two sides of the same coin. No, not just two. There are tens of thousands of yous inside yourself. Someone seems to be aiming to take your place, but that won't happen. Your will is rooted nice and deep. You have a good grip on yourself. Here, take these. I think you and your friends can handle them. They're keys to awakening the strongest personas sealed deep in one's soul. Yeah, it's one's soul. Ask that old geezer Igor how to use them. But don't forget, the me you see here is still you. As long as you're aware of it, you'll be fine. You're one strong guy. Obtain the Rosetta Stone, the Pace Flower, purified water, the amber glasses, and the Babylonian coffin. What's wrong? Hurry up and go. Your friends are waiting. See ya, self. So it's not just me. Everyone has different selves. So yes, this is our first glimpse of a major plot point of the Persona series, is confronting one's own inner self. Coming to terms with all the bad parts of you, all the good parts of you. You can't just ignore the things about you that suck. You have to take the good with the bad to truly understand yourself. And this is a theme that will be running with the rest of the series. But it's kind of cool to see it in its infancy right here, because this is the only time you really get to see this, aside from Maki, who is also dealing with her own inner struggles at the moment. But yes, Dan gets to be the one who talks to his true self, which this is the only time this really happens. From here on in, as far as I can remember, none of the main cast, main characters get to see their true selves, because they're kind of just born badasses for whatever reason. So that does make the main character from Persona 1 unique, that he gets to see his true self, whereas the rest of the protagonists do not. So that's pretty neat. But we're not done here. We do still have stuff to do. But if you missed that, he said something about unleashing the ultimate personas within us. If you made all the right decisions like he just showed us, you can now make everyone's ultimate persona, which we will be doing in the next episode, I believe. Either the next episode, or I'm gonna make a mini episode where I fuse a bunch of shit, so I'll decide that later. But yes, if you skip out on this part, or you didn't answer those questions truthfully throughout the game, you miss out on one of the best personas. To be perfectly honest with you, the ultimate personas aren't all that fantastic, except for Dan's. Dan's is pretty great for something we'll get into later. But for now, let's keep moving through the cavern because we are super close to being done with this. In fact, I think the ending is in this room. So, you know, that's great. Could you imagine if I died, like, right now? That would suck so much ass, and I would have to record so much over again, and that would piss me off to no end. I kind of probably just jinxed myself, and I really hope I didn't. Oh, good. It's a gaggle of succubuses. Hooray for me. This is what I wanted to do, is fight a bunch of succubuses, huh? So thankfully Dan cannot be charmed because he has Lilim, and Lilim reflects nerve, which is any sort of status ailment thing. But unlike Dan, Maki can be susceptible to shit like charm, and that makes this kind of a pain in the butt. They do a little bit of damage, but I don't think that they can hurt Dan because I have Lilim, and Lilim is the same as a succubus. In fact, a succubus is just a better Lilim. So at this point in the game, if you wanted to fuse a succubus, it's just Lilim with better stats. So you could upgrade Reiji to a succubus, but to be perfectly frank with you, it's not all that worth going out of your way to do. And also, you can see escaping is a pain in the ass still. Even though I have a really high agility stat, for some reason, I can't run away from battles. Isn't that freaking lovely? Can I just get out of this fight, please? That's it. We've done enough fights after this. I'm using a stoma. We're getting out of... Oh my god, can I just please run away from this fight? I don't want to fight the sexy ladies. I already got a sexy lady with me. Okay, Estoma. Quickly heal up and use, I think she has a Estoma. We're good. Okay, so perfect. Now we can just get the fart out of here. Let's go. Let go. Let's get the hell out of the Elia cavern. I think there's nothing over here. Okay, I think this is the end of the road, the last building we go into. And I don't think there's a boss fight here. There's nothing here. This is just a cutscene, so... Aha! Found you, real me! Hold it right there! Where do you think you're running off to? There's nowhere left to hide! Those countless bubbles, each one a different person's consciousness. People's minds are nothing more than fragile bubbles born from this sea. I was a consciousness that should never have been born. If you'd been born first, my life would have turned out much differently. Stop that! I don't want to hear that kind of talk from my own mouth. Did you ever try to change? How? All you did was hide under the sheets and cry. But now's our chance. We can change along with Masao, Kei, Reiji, and Daniel. Doesn't looking at those guys make you feel like nothing is impossible? You just have to get over yourself. I won't run away anymore. I'll own up to the mistakes I've made. You should take this. You can use it to enter the Avidya world, where Pandora is. I really didn't want you to see me this way, Daniel. Obtain the blue compact. I wonder if what I was trying to say got across. Well, all I can do now is keep believing in myself. Let's go back to the others. And just like that, we are finished with this place, so let's go into our use items and get this shit out of here, because we're pretty much coming up on time right now. We've made pretty good time with this, so that's pretty good. Emergency exit. And bada boom, we are out of this pretty shitty area. Sorry to keep you all waiting. About time. I was getting tired of sitting around. It seems to have gone well, Now then, let's head to the school and meet this Pandora. And, yeah. They seem to have been pretty bored while we were gone. What's the matter? Did something happen inside? Yo, Daniel, you didn't try anything funny, did you? Looks like you made it back in one piece. When this is all over, what would you say to some sparring to see who's stronger? You up for it? God, I love Reiji. There isn't much time until this world vanishes completely. You must hurry. Okay, so we have our next big thing, and we're kind of at the end of this, so I'm gonna go show what happens before we go into the last dungeon, because it's really, we don't get forced into it or anything. My business with this school, this town, was through when Kandori died. Or so I thought. Sure is quiet here. I don't think anyone's around. The entrance to Avidya World is at the library. This school and the people in it are figments of the real me's imagination. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Yeah, that is pretty strange. To get to the library, you want to take a left and go all the way up the staircase. And on the last floor, it is the door right here. Chisato, Yosuke, I'm so glad to see you're both safe and sound. Maki, oh good, you're safe too. Hey Yosuke, what happened here? There's no one around but you guys. I'm not sure. It was like this when we got back. The east side of town's vanished too. I want to know what's going on just as much as you do. This must be the work of Pandora. Pandora? I'm sorry, both of you. I'm at fault for all of this. It's the real reason behind everything. So that's it. I promise, I'll return everyone to their original world. I know there's no forgiving me for what I did, but I'm really, really sorry. If you want to hit me, Chisato, I'll understand. Go right ahead. You're such an idiot, Maki. You're just as thick as you've always been. Hey, Chisato, come on. It's me who needs to apologize. You called me to this world because you thought of me as your best friend, right? And I betrayed you. You've got it backwards, Maki. It's me who needs your forgiveness. Chisato, thanks. Now, go on. We'll wait here so we don't get in your way. Once things settle down, let's all go to an amusement park together. Sound good? Yeah. An amusement park, huh? Might be fun to act like a kid again for a day. So let's hurry up and get this done. Maki, please open the door for us. Will do. Eraser Simum! Alright, let's go. And just like that, we have access to the final true dungeon of the game, which we're not going to be doing in this episode, obviously, but all my worst qualities are through this door. I refuse to let them win. This is finally it. Let's give it everything we've got, Daniel. These compacts may represent the three primary colors of light. One's heart can be any color, I suppose. Which color all depends on oneself. Perhaps that's the reasoning behind it. Hurry and go. I'll take all the small fry for you. Be careful. But man, you've got it made, huh? It's easy to tell who Maki likes. Just keep hanging in there. I can't do much, but I'll be rooting for you guys. So yes, we are at the tail end of this adventure. This story is coming to a close. In the next episode, we will probably be ending everything off, if I don't do a mini episode in the middle explaining how to get the ultimate personas and something else that's pretty cool that I want to show off. So yeah, that's all the time we have for this one. Also, there's butterflies all over this room in case you didn't notice. A hero's work is never done. Join me again next time as we continue to tackle Persona 1. Later days, everybody.